Hi everyone and welcome back. Today we are unlocking one of the most game-changing capabilities in generative AI, building an app that can answer questions you're using your own data. Have you ever asked a language model about your company's internal documents and gotten this vague generic answer that could apply to anyone? We're going to fix that today with a powerful pattern called RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. Now, let's set the scene. Imagine you work for a travel company and you have got this beautiful library of PDF brochures. They are packed with specific detail about hotels, tour packages, destinations, all the rich information your customer needs. Now, if someone asks about like your AI chatbot, what is the great place to start in New York? You don't want it guessing based on training data from years ago. You wanted to pull the exact current recommendation straight from you, like Soho luxury brochure. Now, let me break down how this works conceptually because it's actually quite elegant. First, you take your data, those travel brochures, and you create a smart searchable index. Now, this is not just a simple keyword search like you are defining a basic database. This is where we use an embedding model. What this model does is convert text into numerical vectors, essentially coordinates in a high dimensional mathematical space. These vectors capture the actual meaning of the words, not just the words themselves. So when a user asks a question, the query is also converted into a vector using the same embedding model. Then the system scores your indexes, looking for text passages that are semantically the most similar to that query vector. It's not looking for exact word match. It's looking for matching ideas, matching concepts, matching meanings. For example, you ask, where can I find affordable luxury in Manhattan? The system finds passages in your brochure that will talk about boutique hotels in Soho, upscale apartments in Chelsea, premium yet reasonable accommodations. It retrieves these relevant snipers. We call them chunks of text. Then comes the really clever part. These relevant chunks are dynamically inserted into the prompt that gets into your main language model. So you're not just asking that model, for example, GPT-4o, where can I find affordable luxury in Manhattan? You are saying, here are three relevant passages from our brochure. Now, based on this specific information, answers the user questions. This model is not working from its old, potentially outdated training data anymore. It's being given a cheat sheet, what the exact current information it needs. So this is like being grounded in your data. This result is transformative. Instead of generic answers like Manhattan has many hotels in various price ranges, you get something precise. Now, this is accuracy, this is trustworthiness. This is how you turn a generic chatbot into a specialized expert on your content. And this pattern works for so many use cases like internal HR policies, technical documentation, product catalog, legal contracts. Anywhere you have specialized knowledge that a general purpose model would not know about. There are in our lab we are going to work two models. which are working together here, and it's important to understand their roles. One is the embedding model, like the text embedding. The model we are going to use is text embedding ADA 002, which is specifically designed to create those semantic vectors. It's lightweight and fast. And then we are going to use generation model like GPT-4o, which is the one actually composing the final answer in natural language. One thing to understand about the processing, it does not happen in real time during the conversation. You create the index ahead of time. The system breaks your documents into chunks, embeds each chunk, and stores all of this in a search index. This is pre-processing step. Then when user start chatting, the retrieval is fast because the index is already built. The hybrid approach is retrieval plus generation gives you a best of both worlds. You get the reasoning and language capabilities of large language models combined with the specific current variable knowledge from your own documents. The model cites its sources. It can tell you which brochure is pulled information from. And that's an important concept here about grounding. When you ground it retrieves data. You are massively reducing that risk. The model is constrained to answer based on what it can actually find in your documents. So now let's go through the lab for a clear understanding how actually RAG works. In this lab, we are going to focus on lab 3, create a generative AI app that use your own data. So if you select that one, view lab, so I'll provide them both Microsoft Plan document link and also this GitHub link so that you can follow this one. So for that, let's first connect to the here I have already connected to Azure AI Foundry. So in this lab, we are going to use RAG, which is Retrieval Augmented Generation. Is a technique used to build application that integrated data from custom data sources. Mm, and it's commonly used pattern for developing generative AI apps, chart-based applications, and that use a language model to interpret inputs and generate appropriate responses. And we are going to use Azure AI Foundry to integrate custom data into generative AI solutions. So let's first go to the all resources section of AI Foundry. Now here click on create new, and the project wise there are two options. For this lab we are going to use AI Hub resource. Click on next, and here give a project name, and under Hub there is advanced option. Select the advanced option, then first click rename Hub, click a name, click next. Select the subscription that you have got, then resource group, in our case that is resource group 1, and region we are going to select North Central US, and AI Foundry's AI Hub. Now click on create. So we'll wait for the project to be created. So project has been created. We need two models to implement our solution. First one is embedding model to vectorize text data for efficient indexing and processing, and another model that can generate like natural language responses to question based on that data. So from here, in this project window, let's go to this uh, from this pen we can get like see those information like record information that we may need, like here endpoint, API key, and other information. So subscription ID, you can get more in details from here. You can also open this management central, like if you want to open, you can open that one. So let's go back for now. So here under my asset sections, select model plus endpoints and cross that. Here, model plus endpoint page, there is the option like model deployment. So here we are going to use the deploy model. So from here, select the deploy base model. So, okay, let it come. So now, for the first one, that embedding model, we are going to use text embeddings to so search for that one. Text, yeah, text embedding ADA 002 model that we are going to use. So select that one. Then click on confirm. And here next screen you can give a name. Uh, like I can put in front maybe deployment type, and then here you can see all those deployment details you can customize. So we are considering most of them are default value, except that the tokens per minute rate we are going to use that to 50k. So make it 50k. So for that, so here model version is 2. Um, then connected AI resources. Then token per minute rate we have used 50k. Content filter is default version 2. Um, and then click on deploy. So we have done first model deployment. Let's go for second one. Click on model plus endpoints and deploy model. Deploy base model, and this time we are going to use GPT-4o model. GPT-4o, and click on confirm. Give a name here, and deployment model is a global standard. And here deployment details, customize, just only get this tokens per minute. $50K, content filter, and click on deploy. So now we have deployed two models. If I go back models plus endpoint, you will see here that we have um, two models are here that has been deployed. Now we'll add data to our project. So for that, let's open a browser window. So this zip file we're going to download there. Then when that is done, open file, extract all. So I'm going to under brochure download section. So click extract. That is done. Close that window. So now here, uh, the same place like we have done for models plus endpoints. This time we're going to do under my assets section, data plus indexes. Click that data plus indexes to get that page here. Click on new data, and here the data source and new connection. So if I select here, so here you can set upload files and folders. Select that one. Then it's a folder structure, so we can just go straight go folder, and under download, this is the folder where we unzip files. So upload, click on upload, and we can see those files are uploading here. So it contained that folder contains all those PDF files, and we are just uploading. So click next, and we have to give a name, data name. We are just giving brochures. Click create. And there is an option also select a file to preview. So if I select that one, but it's showing that the preview is not available. So if that is available, then we can see that one. So now we are going to create index for all this data, because this PDF files has got actually data uh, sitting there, or information sitting there, the information that we're going to use from there. Um, I can show you those actually there what that contained. If we go there and open that one, you can see it's a Dubai. It's just giving some summary, and then it's going to give Dubai hotels, like which hotels are there. Similar, if I go for other files like New York City, you can similar some brief of New York City, and then it's giving the hotel's name of that New York City, and it's coming from this uh, margestravel.com. From there its document is coming, it's presenting. So let's go back here, and here go to data plus indexes. Now go to tab indexes. So click create new index. So here it's showing the data sources. So select the data sources. It will be, in our case, is data in Azure Foundry. So select that one. And what is that? We know that it's already that we have selected the brochure, so it's already there. So select that one and click next. Now it's coming index configuration page. So here services Azure AI Search, but here it's coming select Azure AI Search service, but we don't have any. So click that and open into different window. So create a search service. For that, here resource group is resource group 1, and then give a service name and the same location that we have used, which is North Central US, and pricing tag change it to basic. So here is the basic option. Then next, skill, we're not changing anything here. Networking, we're considering default. Then text, review plus create, select create. So it's going to create a search service which will be used for uh, like index purpose. In summary, index is something, it just make it easier kind of a pointer to get data very quickly from the source. In our case, it's from vector database. So you can see the deployment is completed. Go to resource. So that means AI search 56 that number. So let's go back to previous window. Now mm, maybe refresh, or if we go there and select this time. No, we are not going to create, it's already there. So we may need to little bit wait to pop up that. I don't see there is refresh button here. Go back and data your boundary, select that again, then select next. Now if we go there, no, still not there. Okay, let's go back, then cancel, because click here, cancel, refresh here first. Click new index, select Azure AI Foundry, select brochure, next Azure AI Search, and maybe wait for 1-2 minutes. New index, search is Azure data in Azure AI Foundry. Click brochure, click next. Here select that connect to other Azure AI search resource, and then here the resource that we are going to use. So click on add connection. It is connecting, so it's there now. Now we'll give a that name for vector index. Search that one. Now virtual machine. Uh, we are selecting auto select. Click on next. Click here all the C embedding model deployment. That's all looks good. Click on next. So for that all looks good. Click on create vector index. So so now it is like going to create that vector index here. And here you see that when it's running, you can see that there's option for job details. You can uh, go or select that options. And if you go there, then you will see that it actually operation consists uh, few jobs. Like here is that crack chunk embedded, and that actually kind of in the embedded in the text tokens into the brochure data. Then it's getting update ACS, and third one is like register ML. And if you go there, if you see that locate in canvas, you can get little more information about there. If you'd like to see, can close that. And then if you go like here, you see it's currently doing this part, crack chunk and embedded data. So if you click, so double click, so here you see the parameters, which parameter this is using. You can get like for this is like pipeline jobs. This is currently running. You can, if you want, you can redeploy again. You can schedule to run again. You can resubmit again. You can see also job overview. So there's no like here is that settings output. So more information is there that you can go through. So let it run. I'll be back when that finish. So currently it's progressing this phase, this pipeline, this section. So step one has been completed. So it's going to second stage now. So it has been completed now. Next step, it's going to third step now. So to complete it, so it's going to registering index in progress now. And that's completed. So here we can see that it has been completed. If I refresh this site, so index has been created successfully. So for that, before we are going to use this index like in this React based prompt flow, let's first verify that one into um, uh, without using that indexes. So let's go back to playground, open for chat playground, and we are using that GPT-4o model, and let's query some like some prompt that where can I stay in New York. So if I execute that one, so this is giving me a generic answer because still I am not using that indexes that I have been like I have created. Now go back to setup section, and here is that add your data, expand that one. Now select here available project index. So I have created that index, so select that one, brochure index, and when I select that, there is an option like hybrid vector plus keyword that I want to use. So when I click outside, let that flow maybe few seconds. Now if I go back to playground, oh I could, now I ask the same question. Look, last time it's just generic information based on different resources. Now when I check that question now, submit button, that prompt, this time it's just giving me, this is that like travel agent. And from the travel agent it just get that information that these are the hotels, and from that document. So now if I put the same question for like other documents, few documents I have got, so let's Dubai was one of them. So this information is very centric, like so is getting based on index and the data which has been provided. Okay, let's go back. Now we'll create uh, RAG client applications. So for that we can use the Azure OpenAI SDK to implement a RAG pattern in a client applications. So let's explore that one. So for that you have to go to portal and open a like cloud shell and make sure it's a PowerShell window. And also for to use the code editor, it's from the settings menu we have to select that classic version. So now let's uh, execute the command. So first clean that one, then it's going to clone the repository. Click enter. So output sometimes can take a large amount of the screen buffer. So it is always better or recommended to use clear screen command. Now, if you check here, so it created that in the repo. So let's go underneath that plus Python directory. Click enter. So now let's install the OpenAI SDK library. Now let's edit the configuration file, environment file. So from here we need OpenAI endpoint. Let's go back here. Let me collect all those information. So here OpenAI endpoint, and that is from overview. You can see that's the endpoint and also API key. So first two values, AI point and AI key. Then chart model we are using for this one is GPT-4o, and embedded model we are using embedding ADA 002, and search endpoint. So for that, here is the search endpoint target, and then search key. Here is the search key. I copied that one. So how I got that one? Actually, if you go to like management center uh, from that project, uh, if you go to management center, then you search for the AI search that we are using. From there, you can collect those information. And then last one is index name. So the index in our case is brochure index. So let's control Q. So and then S for save. So yes, we save that one now. So now explore code to implement the rack pattern. For that we have to, okay, let me clear the screen, and we have to execute code and in our so rag app.py. So just validate that code is all good. Now we can execute the code. So it's a Python code. So if we check this code, so what it is doing, get the configuration settings. So it's going to create an open AI chat client here, and it's getting all those values, record values based on that. The chat client, the initiate prompt, so it will check the system prompt, like system prompt is your crowd travel agent that provides information on travel. Okay, that is system prompt. Then unless you quit, you can just in while loop, it will just respond you one after another. Then ultimately it is using rack pattern. Search the URL, also index name, and here you see the following params. So it's using the embedding model, and based on that, it's ultimately it's creating and giving us response. So Control Q, quit that one, and now if we execute that on Python code, so now it's given. You see there is a prompt like I'm asking. So like if I put so I'm getting some message. Let me check that on AI developer. This does not execute the deployment within the last 5 minutes. Please wait for a moment and try again. So let me wait for few minutes and then I'll try again. Okay, this failed because it's saying that API deployment for this resource does not exist. So let me go back there. I think I have used mm. If I go back, yes, mm dash, mm dash. Yes, maybe that be the issue. Let me go back. So embedding model, chat model. So Control Q, code env. I need to check that dot env. So here, because I give the name, maybe for name it's mm dash. So now if I execute, hmm, Control S, Control Q, and if I execute the Python code again and give the prompt, so now I get the response. Because I name my model name, I added mm. So that was the issue. Now
into the next prompt, like where can I study there. So based on that, you are going to uh, based on is all the documents, I'm getting information, and it's just giving the document 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. So now if I type where I stay in London, then it's giving only London specific. So now for quit, just quit, type quit. So now we have successfully deploy RAG model. Mm, and that's it for this lab. See you in next lab.